Did you know? One of Atari's early slogans was innovative leisure, and they certainly knew how to do just that. Whether it was on the software side with countless games under their belt, or on the hardware side with the systems that revolved around the number 2600, or an uncommon species of cats. What they don't get a lot of credit for is their innovative controller scheme. I mean, they practically made the joystick and paddle controls popular, but they also made the trackball popular. And what many people don't remember is that they brought that scheme home too. This is the trackball controller, an Atari accessory for their VCS/2600. Apparently it could also work for Commodore computers, which I found interesting. I do have a C64 sitting on a shelf, but I don't have a game to really test it out, so I'll take its word for it. Atari making stuff to run on its competitors' hardware? I wonder what brought that along. The box alone is pretty beat up. What interests me the most is the Pro Line tagline on the top corner. I'm not sure if that really means anything, but it stands out for a reason. Other things that stand out are the little factoids on the front and the back of the box. Apparently there's a lot to talk about with this thing, which must make it unfortunate that it was released during the crash. The flaps don't highlight much other than showing the Atari logo with the name of the controller along with a generic picture. At least this flap has a barcode on it, so I'll point to this for having something different. Not much to show after that, so we'll discard the box and take a closer look at the trackball itself. Removing the cardboard covering, we have our trackball controller, with a nice yellow ball and a button on either side to accommodate your hand preference. I've noticed the trackball controllers have slight design differences depending on which one you come across, this one having the yellow ball when I was promised white, plus it also being a brownish black instead of plain black. I'm not sure if this is a case of mistaken controller in the box, but I don't mind. We have the Atari and trackball logos shining in style, so it makes up for the confusion a little bit. We're going to get a little more confused now by taking a look at the bottom. Not because there isn't much to look at, but the fact that it's white. The choices of color are straight up weird. But other than that, we have your screws, foot pads, Atari logo, and informational sticker. Again, bare bones. The inside as well isn't much to look at either. I had to do some TLC on this a while back, and this is what I saw. I guess you could say it's simple, but at least I fixed my problem so I could play the games it can play. Now you're probably asking what those are. Well, to be honest, I couldn't tell you that for certain. Some games can be made to play with this, but this was never the primary controller in mind for them. My first instinct was to try those that originally worked with trackball controls. Missile Command worked fine, but I couldn't get Centipede to work at all, so I was left boggled. I forgot to mention there's a joystick/trackball setting to change the control style, which helped make it work with Missile Command, but other games would be a gamble, so you'd probably just have to get lucky. By the way, the repair I did on the trackball had to do with the buttons. I wasn't able to get anything out of them, even when I pressed hard. I even now still have to apply extra force on my thumb just to make it work, but I got it to work again somehow. I don't know if it's just faulty by design or just decay in age. Either way, I'm shocked at my ability to get it working. But would I recommend the trackball to others? I wouldn't think so. There really is no point to it, as the games it could work with can play just fine with other controllers, and since mine isn't in the best shape, it just seems like a waste of time. But certainly not shelf space. If you can find a working one, go for it. It'd be interesting to see what Atari ports you can master with it. But I would think you would want a reliable trackball, so maybe you should go for the Coleco or 5200 trackballs instead. I may already be giving unjust praise on controllers I don't have, but I make that judgment because of their big and bulky appearance that could probably crush this into dust if it got in between them. Got any fond memories with this controller/accessory? Tell me about it by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like. If you think others would like this, share the video around. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button pronto. This is Brian the Blue, and I'll see you later.